Hello everyone, do you still remember what we have learned last week? Okay, last week we learned these pronouns like I, you, he, she, we, they, and it. Okay, so what happened when we put these pronouns at the middle or at the end of the sentences? We change it. Okay, I becomes me. You becomes you. Okay, it stays the same, no change. He becomes him. She becomes her. We becomes us. They becomes them. And it stays as it. Okay, all these are actually called object pronoun. Okay, why is it object? Because we put it in the middle or at the end of a sentence. Okay, at the end of the sentence. What does it mean? It means that this is our sentence, ayat. Okay, so usually we will put it here, middle, okay, or here at the end, ujung ayat. Okay, so now how to use these pronouns that we just learned? Okay, how to use the pronouns that we just learned? This one, me, you, him, her, us, them, and it. Okay, first of all, we'll see a sentence. Okay, let's see. The sentence is, I help Sarah. Okay, I help Sarah. If you write, okay, Sarah is a girl or a boy? She is a girl. So girl, the pronoun that you think of is she. So you will write, I help she. Okay, but this one is wrong. Why is it wrong? Because this pronoun is at the middle of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. Okay, like this. Dia dekat tengah-tengah atau dekat hujung. So you cannot use I help she. Instead, you must use I help her. So this is correct. Okay, another example. Okay, my dad cooks for what's your name? Okay, let's say your name is Jin Tao. My dad cooks for Jin Tao. Okay, so Jin Tao says my dad cooks for. So how do you write that? Okay, if you are Jin Tao, Jin Tao, I'm talking about you. You will think about I, right? You will write my dad cooks for I. Okay, but this is wrong. You cannot use I. Why? Because this is at the end of a sentence. At the end of a sentence, you change it to this one. So the correct one is my dad cooks for me. Okay, do you see that? All right. The next example. Okay, if you're talking about someone else, it's not about you. You're talking about someone else. Let's say, Mrs. Linda baked for Lisa. Okay, Mrs. Linda baked for Lisa. So Lisa is a girl. So if you write Mrs. Linda bake for she, then it is wrong because this is at the end of the sentence. So you must write Mrs. Linda bake for her. Okay, because the pronoun is at the end of the sentence. Okay, another one. Okay, I'm just gonna give you a lot of example until you see how to use it. Okay. Puan Syuhada teaches year 4. Okay. Puan Syuhada teaches we. Okay, you cannot use we. Why not? Because it's at the end of the sentence. So the correct one is Puan Syuhada teaches us. Alright? So that is how you use an object pronoun. When the object is at the end or in the middle, you use this one. Me, you, him, her, us, them, and it. Okay? Okay, so there are two ways of writing. First is you use at the end of the sentence. Okay, so at the end of the sentence, for example, this part. Okay, and the second one is you use mid sentence. Okay, so dekat tengah-tengah ayat. So how do you write the differences? Okay, for example, Mom buys a new toy for me. Okay, so if it's at the end, usually you will have to add for. Mom buys a new toy for me. Okay, if it's mid-sentence, you can write Mom buys me a new toy. Okay, tak payah letak for. Just write Mom buys me a new toy. Dia dekat sebelakang verb. Okay, another example. Dad cooks spaghetti for him. Okay, at the end you add for. So another example, mid-sentence, you just write Dad cooks Dad cooks him spaghetti. Okay, you can write like this. Alright, another example. Okay, my sister buys ice cream for us. Okay, you add for, but if it's mid-sentence, you just write my sister buys us some ice cream. Okay, I hope you understand this. Alright, it's very simple. Okay, you just remember if it's at the end. Okay, if the person's name is at the end, you need to use me, you, him, her, us, them, and it. Okay, you can use it in the middle or at the end of the sentence. Okay, for example, Mom buys a new toy for me. Okay, Mom buys me a new toy. Alright, Dad cooks spaghetti for him. Dad cooks him spaghetti. Right, and my sister buys ice cream for us. My sister buys us some ice cream. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you. Okay, one more issue is when to use the word for. Okay, sometimes you have to use for. Okay, for, for. Bila nak guna for and when you don't use for. Okay, for is in Bahasa Melayu we say untuk. Okay, and in Mandarin we say ke. So in not all sentences we will say untuk. Okay, for example, you say saya tolong dia. Do we say untuk? Tak ada. Saya tolong untuk dia. No. So it is I help her. Okay, if the sentence ada untuk, so you need to use for. Contohnya, saya beli komputer. Okay, untuk dia. Okay, in Mandarin we will say 我买电脑给他，给 untuk, okay. So this one ada untuk, so you must use I buy a computer for her. Okay, so some you don't use untuk. Contoh macam help, I help her, you don't use untuk. I cook for her, saya masak untuk dia. So that one you have to use untuk. So not all sentences you have to use for, walaupun kita letak dekat belakang. Okay, mom buys a new toy for me. Dad cooks spaghetti for him. Okay, alright, so that's all. Bye.